suppose just turn this a little bit too. I can just turn this a little bit too. Yep. As long as the internet works. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to go live with the server. Oh, here we are. All right. Someone more manly to hold it, did you say? More manly. You're my guy. All right, folks. It is 10:55. The game is set and scheduled to start at 11 a.m. You're watching the Dakota Alliance 09 boys black in the first semi-final game of Dakota Alliance boys team, or the prior affiliated Dakota Gold Soccer Club. It's my belief the first semi-final at the NCS Midwest Regionals since possibly the year 2000. So really proud of what our boys did. They are going to be up against a bit of a juggernaut today. This Ohio club is the #1 ranked team in Ohio, the #1 ranked team in their region, and the number 70th ranked team in the United States. But our boys have slayed a giant already and drew with a giant already, so they are certainly not fearful. This will be a very high quality team. Apparently they have a premier or elite level midfielder. We're going to get our parade of lineups shortly. Camera might be bouncing a little bit. Expected temperatures, game time is about 92 with a heat. What? The stream? The internet? No, you guys are good. No, the wobbling that we're seeing is from, I believe, my umbrella. Alright, here we have the parade of champions. Lineup shortly here. Sire and Hilma with captain bands. Alvin Sonicson will start in goal. Grant Olson, Andreas Hurtado, then Clutch. Kansas City Legends. Charlie Krieger, Whitey, Martin Mahesha, and Carson Coulter. So again, my apologies for the wiggles. I've got a kind of a makeshift umbrella set up to try to buffer the sunlight to try to keep the stream aloft. Boys are hydrated. They are amped. We have a little breeze from the south and a touch of cloud cover, which could make a huge difference. We will have Sonicson in net. Backline set with Olsen, Whitey, and Krieger. Midfielders.
Burst the ball, White!
Going Sire's probably going to be in the back line as well. Krieger could possibly be a midfielder. Martin, Holden, Carson, Coulter, and Hewitt. Midfielders, attackers, Andreas Hurtado, right here, number 25, and Ben Hewitt on the right side. Thank you everybody for joining us today. If you have not subscribed, I do not do this for monetary reasons. We do have a very, very, very small sponsorship from RSA Architecture and Holmes Murphy for today's game. Thank you for your support, Holmes Murphy and RSA Architecture. The reason that I request that people subscribe to the channel is because the more people that subscribe, the more people are allowed to view, since I have such a small audience. Please enjoy today's game. Again, anyone watching that is not a DASC Club affiliated player, thanks for watching the stream. or parent. Just so you know, I am a homer, and so my calls are probably going to be more towards the positive side for white, which will be moving right to left. 40-minute halves.
Let's go, Andreas.
We are away. Ohio will drop all the way back to their keeper. My assumption would be that a team of this caliber will work a lot of possession. Try to feel out. So, back right is going to drive. Attempted long ball. Liam Whitey there for it. Whitey will just allow that ball to stay at his feet. There's Krieger. Krieger looking for Andreas. A little miscommunication as Andreas does not come to. Krieger compresses. Shot crossed, and player is wide open. Sonic's in there for it. First test.
Go White!
And Sonicson gathers to his left. And he will deliver a long ball to the near touch that's just out of reach for Andreas. Nice idea. Trying to do a full field switch. Andreas compresses. Eventually back off as they play back to the keeper. Ball attempted, taken out of the ball. That gets beyond the leg of Olsen, but Sonic's going to be there together with his foot. And down line, looking for Coulter. And here's Rolfing.
Get there!
Rolfing past one, cross coming, not available as that ball goes over the goal line. And they'll play out of the back. Rolfing pressures. Now to the left. Hewitt checking. A lot of attempts on the long ball. Here's Owen Sire. Steps, finds Holden. Holden looking for Hewitt. Hewitt is dispossessed on the front touch. And dropped to midfield. Ball put out of play. So the Lions throw. To Martine. Here's Holden. Finds Coulter. Coulter has Hewitt on the far touch. Hewitt in possession beyond one. That touched a little too strong. And unfortunately a little too rough by Hewitt. Foul called. Again, they will play on the back. Nice pressure by Rolfing. That ball falls to Hilmo. And is deflected to a Club Ohio player. And my understanding is that this Club Ohio team is the defending national Can't hear very well. Okay, I'll see if I can adjust that. Okay, so hopefully that helps with audio. My apologies, everybody. AirPods, a little technical difficulty. AirPods were not connected. Long ball put over, so we're about 4 minutes in. As I was noting before, maybe you can hear me. But Alliance taking on the #1 team in Ohio and last year's defending NCS champions. There's Rolfing. Rolfing in possession. He's off to Coulter. Coulter has Holden. Holden drops to Krieger. Krieger, ball too strong, looking for Andreas Hurtado. Trying to deliver that ball and throw in out of the back. Andreas will stand and wait. And Whitey there to slow the attack. Krieger now. #3 with possession. He lays off. Sire. Nice step by Grant Olson. And we are dispossessed. And again, nice little step there by Holden Hilmo. Holden gets caught, and I'm going to take this off because, like, I can't see it. I can barely see the screen. Sonicson over this, delivering over the head of Coulter. Taken out of the air, here's Andreas. Krieger. Don't worry about me. Okay. Well, the sound issues were the fact that I didn't have my AirPods in. If it is really windy, though, someone will tell Justin. Ball put in by Martin. Gathered by the keeper. And he's going to take this with the foot. Trying to go long to that big striker. It basically comes over the top of Whitey, no call. Way to defend. Sonicson, unfortunately, delivers this to a midfielder. And cross forthcoming. Cleared by Sire. Here's Krieger. Ball off. Krieger from the foot of Holden. Here's Martin. Martin down the near touch. Keeps that ball in play. Earns himself a throw. Here's Krieger. Holden. Ball a little too weak and intercepted by the Ohio player. Through ball defended by Olsen. This ball is over the top. Sonicson there for it. Nice positioning by Sonicson. Ball delivered all the way forward. And it's going to be gathered by the Ohio keeper. Ohio will continue to play out of the back. And deliver forward. And now Whitey off to the races. He'll just drop to Sonicson. Drop to Opland. As Whitey. Whitey has Krieger on the near touch. Switching fields towards Olsen. Olsen over the center circle looking for Hewitt. Ball last touched by Ohio. And my makeshift umbrella is just not doing it. So throw in by Sire looking for Coulter. Ohio gathers possession. Into the middle third. Attempted through ball will again get dropped by Whitey to Sonicson. Harrisburg Tiger to a Lincoln Patriot. Ball over the top, gets through to, eventually falls to the feet. And the club player, Charlie, first two, but Ohio attains possession. And they just have to end up dropping back to the keeper. Sire gives pressure. Wins a throw. 9 minutes into this first half. A bit of a chess match as these teams try to feel each other out.
Yes, Martin.
Martin gives pressure.
Lock him in, hold it.
Again, they'll play back to the keeper. Kind of a similar style to your 09s. They involve their keeper pretty consistently. Ball over midfield. Other ball over the top. Whitey lays off to Olsen. Olsen finds Krieger. Krieger to Martin. Martin has Andreas. Andreas through. Can he keep this ball in play? He's going to be shielded. And it's last touch. That's going to be a corner. And the attempted shield by the Ohio club player. Unsuccessful. He's last to touch. And we have an opportunity. First corner and set piece of the game for your 09s.
Yes, man, do it.
Coulter over it. In the box is Hewitt. Andres Hurtado. Ball delivered high. In the air, taken off the head of Sire, gathered by the Ohio keeper. Keith, will you hand that to me again? Actually, thank you. No. And again, Ohio will play out of the back. Long ball forward, controlled by Sire. That's going to fall to an Ohio midfielder. Another attempted long ball down the far touch, but the speedy Grant Olson, therefore, it cleans out of play. Long throw, and that gets over the top. But again, Olson cleans it, plays the ball down the far touch, out of play. Another Club Ohio throw. Long throw in, again, finds Ohio player, slowed by Holden Hilmo. Here's Carson Coulter, has Andreas. Andreas finds Coulter. Fortunately, it is a little unlucky touch, and possession given up.
Keep talking.
A lot of good communication you're hearing from the Club Ohio team. Flag is up. So I would imagine this is about at the edge of our defensive third. Shonickson's going to stay put. Grant Olson will be over this. 12 minutes in. Here's Olson. Ball down the far touch. It's headed back towards the keeper, and he'll gather. Rolfing gives chase.
Let's go.
Right at midline, and they're going to drop to another midfielder. Consider switching. There's center back. Again, they're really into the through ball, testing the traps of our back line. The ball played right to Sonicson, and he'll gather. And look for a punt. High, taken out of the air. First by Club Ohio. And if we're gonna make those opportunities count for us, we're gonna have to be first to the ball at some point. Long throw, but that's going to be called back. Maybe he did not appreciate the placement. Again, your Dakota Alliance boys volume was not working at the onset of the broadcast. My apologies. It's my understanding this is the first time since the merger that a boys team has qualified for the semifinals, and the first time a South Dakota team since Dakota Gold's clash in 2000. Boys have really gelled and worked well together this week, taking out the number 3 team out of the state of Illinois. Really well coached and athletic team, Galaxy SC. Sire will throw over back to Sonicson. Sonicson has Sire again on the far touch. Looks to play to Holden. And that is just the pass isn't executed perfectly. Again, at the 18, Sire there for it, gets a foot on the ball. Chicago player recovers. Coulter gives pressure. Here comes centrally, Holden Hilmo there for it, and he'll just bat that ball out of play. Little drop. Long ball in. Off the head of Charlie Krieger, but that falls to the feet of the Ohio player. Krieger stands pat. Back to the far side of the penalty box. They're trying to get through Sire, but all too strong, and that's gathered up by Whitey. Hewitt wants a call there. Call does not come. And now Ohio in possession. Service is over the top. The trap did not work at that point. Sonicson gathers. Shot fired. Up and dives for it. And rolls out quickly to Andreas. And that's a head-on-head contact. That's head-on-head contact. Andreas is in position. Yeah. So since it's head, you might have to pass out waters to the boys from the field of play. Andreas has to get checked. And you'll see Chicago parents quickly hydrating the boys. Boys need to stay on the field of play. Sonicson's going to come all the way from goal. The subs are up. So Andreas, after the foul, and allow the defenders for Ohio to get back in position. Whitey will be over this. And it looks like Oakley's going to come in. He will sub for Andreas. Oakley McMillan in the 17th minute. I would imagine that's probably about a minute of stoppage time that will get added.
Keep talking, Mike.
And here's Whitey. Whitey finds Hilmo. Hilmo drops Sire. Sire finds Olsen. Olsen goes to the far touch looking for Ben Hewitt. He has Hewitt. A nice opportunity there. Hewitt wide open on the far touch. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to reel that ball in. Keith, will you just tie that together? Just tie that. So, ball into the wind. It's just over Martine's head. Drops to the feet of an Ohio player. Krieger off to the races. Krieger is beaten. And Sonicson there for it. Sonicson's the attack slowed, and that ball is over a defender, falls to the feet of an Ohio player. Here's Oakley McMillan. Wow. Well, Oakley is sandwiched. Ref says play on. Long ball floated up, handled out of the air by Grant Olsen. Here's Ben Hewitt. Carson Coulter. Coulter tries to lay out to Hewitt, and that will be a foul. As a leg on Coulter. Brings him to trip. So it looks like Coulter will be over this. At the 18, we've got McMillan, Rolfing, Martine, Ben Hewitt, Owen Sire. Ball delivered low, headed out by an Ohio defender. Okay, McMillan gives pressure. McMillan calls for the foul. Hewitt pressures. Ball laid off to the far touch. Hewitt slows the attack, and they'll just drop to their left defender. Happy to play possession. We often see with this quality of a team, that ball is played forward, cleared by Grant Olson. So again, we have Sonicson in goal, Whitey, Krieger, and Olson, and Sire in the back. Substitutions. Grant Olson will get a rest. The newly trimmed Grant Olson, rocking a circa 2019 cut. She looks fantastic. We've had several haircuts throughout the week, thanks to Andres Hurtado, who returns to the field of play. Bloom on, he'll get his first opportunity, and he gets a touch. That gets over the far touch, off the last toenail of Bloom. So Andres, because that was a head injury, he was allowed to sub back on. Opie McMillan off. A long throw forthcoming for Club Ohio. Set into the box. And that's flicked forward. Sonicson is there for it, but it's beyond his reach. No flag up. As that ball's in the far post. And Ohio gets their first goal. 20 minutes in. And unfortunately, on a throw-in, 3 quick passes. And the ball finds the back of the net. Kind of an unceremonious goal. But a goal nonetheless. And your 09s will have to battle back as they did in their pool play game against the Kansas City Legends.
Is this going to players? Goals when you take first.
All right, Martin will sub off, as will Ben Hewitt. Tate Stamp will come on, as will Ben Jensen. Woo-hoo-hoo-ha. Yeah. So we're wasting time. We're wasting time. So that's unique that he complains that we're wasting time. Yet it took them 3 minutes to come from the corner celebration to their half of play. But we're wasting time. The ball falls to Tate Stamp's foot. Eventually is dispossessed. They will play to their left defender, who has plenty of space. And no one pressuring. Eventually, Coulter pressures. Krieger, a little turf monster, and Liam Whitey coming to the rescue. And we'll just allow that. If he obstructs the attacker, and the attacker out of bounds fouls Liam. Actually doesn't foul, he just gets a talking to. Play Sonicson to Hilmo. Here's Coulter. Coulter finds Bloom. Bloom to Sire. Sire makes one miss. Coulter. There's a foul. Player comes through Coulter, and this will be a free kick taken by Liam Whitey. Looks like Carson Johnson will come on for Charlie Krieger. And the sub also coming on for Club Ohio. All right, Sonicson will be over this. We'll try to take this ball all the way down to the 18. See if we can get an equalizer. All drilled, but that's going to be taken out of the air by an Ohio player. Johnson there. Here's Holden Hilmo looking for Coulter. Coulter looking for Carson Johnson on the far touch. Johnson in possession. Coulter drops to Sire. Whitey. Whitey has Tate Stamp. Stamp dispossessed, then recovers. And we find Andreas. Andreas' touch just a little too strong. Club Ohio back at midline. Tate pressures. Put over the top. And that's going to be another foul. That striker puts his shoulder into Whitey. No attempt on the ball. 2 more subs. Andreas will come off. We'll see Oakley McMillan in that striking position for the final 15 minutes. Miles Rolfing also off. Tate Stamp will move into an attacking position. And Christian Coronado will move to midfield. Oakley McMillan will also be in a forward position. Here's Opland. Plays wide. To Owen Sire. This is Falls Christian player. Here's Johnson through 2. Ball cleared forward, and that's going to just be wrapped up by Sonicson. Pardon me, not wrapped up. Delivered by Sonicson to Bloom. Bloom tries to come down line. And he zigs while Oakley McMillan zags. The ball is delivered over the near touch. And again, Ohio out of their back. Drop to the keeper. Pretty similar style of play involving all 11 players. Stamp gives pressure. Owen attempts to step. That is 1 step short. Liam Whitey acquires. Here's Jensen. Jensen has Holden. Back to Jensen. Touch too strong. That's going to roll over the far touch for a Club Ohio throw. Sub coming on for Ohio. One over the top, shouldered by Johnson, deflected by Coulter. The ball falls to the feet again of an Ohio player who is now on the attack. Flag is up. Offside. So again, if the audio is not working, some very small sponsorships were given by RSA Architects. RSA, if you need an architect, you should get one. And Holmes Murphy. Holmes Murphy does something. I don't know what Holmes Murphy does, but they do something. So thank you very much to Mr. Rolfing and to Mr. Olson for their generous support. Right here on the just into our defensive third is Ohio, but they will drop. Christian Coronado gives chase. They'll drop all the way back to their 1, who wears number 2. Then Hewitt chases, gets a turnover. Here's Christian Coronado, swing and a miss. That ball was deflected by an Ohio player, Holden Hilmo there. McMillan gives chase. Coronado gives chase. Nice bit of pressure out of the attacking half of the team. Ball put forward, taken out of the air by Johnson. Johnson and their midfielder just having a little pass back and forth game. And now off to the races. Sire's there to clean. Eventually attains the ball, but that ball drops to an Ohio player. And we're going to have a free kick given. I don't know how that's possibly a yellow card on Liam Whitey. He just left his leg out a little bit too long. But Whitey now will play the remainder of this game on a yellow. Not a terrible foul to give. It's outside the box. It's premier midfielder trying to drive. So unfortunate about the yellow card, but fouls happen in sports. Two-person wall. Shot forthcoming. Well delivered very high and wide. Goal kick. Sonicson plays out to Bloom. Bloom has space. Finds McMillan on the near touch. McMillan keeps the ball in play with the touch. Pulls back. Threads. I don't think he saw that player there. He's looking for Coulter. Yeah. Coulter's kind of pushed over. I think he was shielded by the referee. Did not see that midfielder hiding in between him and Coulter. Whitey over this. Whitey just about at midfield. He'll deliver this long, bounces, and is kind of shanked off of an Ohio player. Does find one of the Ohio midfielders in the chest. Stamp gives chase. And that ball given up right to Oakley McMillan. Looking for Christian. Put forward. Here's Oakley. Shot fired. Gathered. Ball down the far touch. Carson Johnson steps. Unfortunately, that ball then finds the feet of an Ohio attacker. Well cleaned by Liam Whitey. Liam Whitey doing Liam Whitey things. So after the clear by Whitey, Ohio will have a throw. And they're subbing out. Yeah, so one sub just came out for Ohio. Now they did score on a throw-in earlier. This ball headed out neatly by Owen Sire. The Sioux Falls Christian Charger. Now another sub coming on. About 7 minutes remain. 6.5 in this half, plus stoppage. I would assume that we'll have probably 2 minutes beyond that. Ball played forward, headed by McMillan. Again, this falls into the box, and Johnson clears, keeps that from being a corner. Just be a throw in on the far touch for Ohio. Another long throw in over Sire. Falls to Holden. That ball flipped back. Covered by Sire then. Unfortunately, that falls to an Ohio defender. Cross forthcoming. Headed forward by Oakley. Ohio on the near touch. I'll put forward. Sonic's in there for it. Sonic, I would assume, will allow his defense push forward. Long ball down the far touch. Headed out. And we immediately have ourselves on in the attacking third. Ben Jensen will gather this. Lincoln Patriot, Ben Jensen. We see Eli Bloom, the Jefferson Cavalier, coming to your shot. Ball will be thrown in by the Washington Warrior, Carson Johnson, on the far touch. Ball finds the feet of Christian Coronado and is cleared forward. Here's Coulter. Coulter drops to Liam. Liam lays off to Sire. Sire in possession. Finds Coulter. Has Bloom.
We can't fight.
Ball ricocheted off of Bloom. Green throw. And again, they will play out to that strong left defender. Looking for midfielder on the far touch. Again, they come centrally. Coulter gives chase. 1-2. Ohio switches fields. Another through ball. Under the 18, defended by Sire. Ball dropped. And eventually finds the feet of Jensen, who attempts to clear. Cannot get a full foot. And eventually does go over the far touch. Here's Coulter. 2 on him, and they are going to just put the ball all the way back to their keeper. Tate Stamp, future Lincoln Patriot, gives chase. McMillan dispossessed by the toe of Bloom. McMillan wasn't dispossessed, but the attacker dispossessed by Bloom. That's a cheeky little move. Flag is down. Crossbar coming, but is defended well by Owen Sire. And so discussion's happening. It's their corner kick, and they don't have a player in the corner. I don't know if the ref was trying to point something out to one of their attacker who was confused about something. Here's a set piece. Club Ohio from the near corner. Up and directing his defenders. Player coming up. Oakley being reminded by half the parents to pay attention. Get the ball in, long, headed, and right into the midst of Sonicson. Sonicson rolls out, finds his fellow Patriot, Ben Jensen. Jensen centers to Christian Coronado, the Jefferson Cavalier, who has Liam Whitey. Here's Bloom. Christian, this ball offline, finds the feet of number 10. And again, Ohio on the attack. Stamp, pressures. Ben Jensen intercepts. Jensen looking for Tate. Tate loses possession. The ball is passed behind Tate. Not a lot he can really do with that. As we're having these glimpses of opportunities. And then ball gets beyond Bloom. Liam slowing the attack. The attacker probably fortunate that Bloom did not contact the player there, as it would have likely been a PK on the slide. Sonicson delivering towards McMillan on the near touch. Here's McMillan. Flicks to himself. Christian Coronado. Here's Johnson. Carson Johnson in possession. Looking for Coulter. Coulter maintains possession. Cannot keep the ball on the field of play.
Again, boys, how much time? Let's go.
The shaking earthquakes that you're seeing at home are compliments of the one and only Graham Rolfing. sponsored by, what's your dad's business? Holmes Murphy. All right. Sire gets a toe on the ball. Slows the attack. But corner earned. We're at the 40, past the 40-minute mark now. We're in stoppage time. Really nice to get this ball punched out of here or gathered by the keeper. And imagine with Andreas's time, I haven't seen a signal, but I would imagine we're at least 2 minutes of stoppage. Ref says, let's go. A delivered low off of Sire's head. Flicked forward by McMillan. It's going to drop around 25 yards out, played forward, and now cleared by Christian Coronado. That will roll all the way over the near touch for a green throw. We'll drop to Keegan, their keeper. Pretty impressed by the level of communication that I'm hearing out of this Ohio team. I would imagine that this is not their first tournament together. A ball off the back of an Ohio player. Bloom's pass is given directly to an Ohio midfielder who, this is a couple defended by Sonicson. Shot in the high 90. That's what I'm talking about, Braxton. What's that absolute brick wall? Is that Will? All right. Ball again crossed. Gets through just about everyone. Continues to be possessed by Ohio. We are 2 minutes into stoppage. Ohio in the far corner. Ball cleared forward by Carson Johnson. That's halftime, folks. So, pretty good half. We had a couple opportunities. Defensively, it played pretty well. One unfortunate throw-in that we could not defend out of the box. And that puts one of the top teams in the nation into a great spot to put the ball in the back of the net. They did so. But so far, 0-1. Your Dakota Alliance boys certainly hanging in there. We'll be back shortly. Thanks for joining us on the live stream. Again, nice little support given to us by Holmes Murphy and by RSA Architecture. Again, RSA Architects, when you need an architect, get an architect. I was just muted that whole time, and I came up with something very clever. I've been told that my advertisements are poor. We'll get to those later on. Again, thank you to RSA and to Holmes Murphy and to the Dakota Alliance 09 parents. All right, so we're going to move left to right. We will start in possession. And their coach has seen our boys. We can see if Andres is going to fake out this attacker as where Alpin is pulled up. He has warned him, and we'll drop to Alpin. Alpin plays out wide, finds McMillan on the far touch. A big knee by the couple higher player, and where you've got to throw in. Here's Krieger. This is Christian Coronado. Coronado is fouled. The back line looks like Olsen is continuing to rest. Liam Whitey in will be over this. Free kick. Eli Bloom in defensively, as is Carson Johnson. Ball delivered high towards the 18, headed by Ohio. Miles Rolfing in an attacking position. Gains possession. That's a handball. It appeared to be close to a handball. No call. It looked like it hit him in the hand, but None of our boys complained, so I suppose from my vantage point, 75 yards away, I probably shouldn't either. Here's Bloom. Bloom has Krieger. Krieger finds Whitey. Whitey has Carson Johnson. Johnson looking for Martin. CJ recovers, has Christian Coronado. Coronado drops to Krieger. Krieger finds Bloom. We got a little bit of deja vu. And now Johnson has room, has a ball delivered towards Rolfing at the 18. Ball falls to CJ. Here's Hilmo. Hilmo's dispossessed. And now Club Ohio in possession. They'll pull back. Christian gives pressure, as does Miles Rolfing, and they'll drop to Keegan, their keeper. Keegan or Kyler or something like that. Just beyond the outstretched foot of Martin. Ben Jensen gives chase. That ball last touched by Martin. Martin, Holden, Christian Coronado. The defenders, that ball thrown in and headed by Whitey. Excellent spacing by this Club Ohio team. The header falls right to the feet of an Ohio player. Carson Johnson just a little bit too aggressive, and Ohio's going to have a free kick near the touchline. And they're going to bring all but two up. Miles Rolfing will hold back for us. It looks like they're confused as to what they want to do. Ball gets beyond Oakley's head. That's wide of the goal. That was a pretty good little set piece. Now Oppen delivers this ball with a far touch. Here's Martin neatly out of the air. Has two, gets beyond one, deflects the ball off of a midfielder from Ohio, and has a throw on the far touch. Let's double check that my... Now we need one more, Jeff. We need two, but we'll take one. Ball gets through Krieger. He recovers. He'll drop to Oppland. Oppland goes wide to, I think it's maybe a little bit of a shank. He's looking for someone on the far touch. There's no one there. This would be a throw-in. It's not at our edge of the middle third. Big long thrown over the top. It's headed towards the box. Whitey there for it. Whitey has Oakley, who's tripped on the far touch. Liam Whitey will come over this ball. Actually, they're just going to play it to Sonicson. Oppland has Ben Jensen. Taken out of the air by Jensen. Flicks forward, but the ball just finds the feet of a Club Ohio player, and they're back on the attack. That ball allowed through. Cleaned up by Eli. Flicked forward by Liam. Here's Martin. Now in a dangerous spot. Liam slows the defense down. Defended by Sonicson. CJ tries to clear. That falls to the 18. Krieger there for it. That's a high kick in the box. Need to clear. Another flick up off the head of Liam. And finally we clear. Ball delivered low. Taken out of the air. Cleared forward by Hilmo. Yeah. That's got to be a white ball. Yeah. So that penalty earned by Ben Jensen. Ball delivered towards Martin. Beyond him, and again we are on the defense. Long ball played And Sonics will just gather this with his feet, pull it into the box, pick it up. Whitey, TJ, Hilmo. Or touch. Krieger's going to drop to Simpson. Simpson tries to send Andreas Coronado. Excuse me, incorrect. Andreas is not on the field. That's Christian Coronado. Oh, here's Martin. Martin is dispossessed. We need to get the ball off of our feet a little bit more quickly. We cannot take on 2 or 3 defenders and really need to be possessing. Again, Ohio in possession. And Jensen picks a pocket. Playing a long ball to Miles Rolfing. Attackers need to get into position. 2 are on Rolfing. Tries to get past 1. Good. He does. Cross comes. The ball was too deep. Out of play over the goal line for a goal kick. Well, and that look. Yeah. All right, now Ohio in possession at midline. Over the top, now on the far touch. And here's a shot fired. Sonicson eyes it, rolls out to Jensen. Jensen looking down line to Christian. And Ohio has to just belt that ball out of play. We'll have a throw in on the near touch. And our attacking third. And number 17, not happy with how Christian's legs got wrapped up with his. Has a lot to say to the AR. Here's Carson Johnson looking for Martin. Martin gets a foot on the ball, but Ohio maintains possession. Player wide open on the near touch. CJ slows, steps. What are we doing that? Like, all right. Yeah, I don't get the clapping. Yep. So warning given. Ball put out. Carson Johnson there for it. Wow, another clap. So a warning given to 7. However, a yellow card given to 22 on the collision. Right, so water's being given as a player being assessed. Hopefully he's all right. Have a trainer come in and chat with him. Water, ice cold water being dumped on heads for both teams. About 10 minutes into this second half. You know, Johnson and Whitey both sitting on yellows. All right, Club Ohio will have a free kick. Everybody but Rolfing back.
Play it short. Watch short.
Ball, a little bit of a shank, I think. It looked like his foot got kind of trapped by the turf. Here's Martine. Finds Holden. Looks diagonally for Oakley McMillan. Ball is possessed by Club Ohio. A nice idea. However, Speedy Ohio player there for it. And now Ohio possession. Rolfing pressures. Let's maintain possession all the way back in the penalty box. Now, long attempted through ball. Taken off the shoulder of CJ. Jensen is tripped. Subs forthcoming. All right, so Bloom and CJ, that will be their time. Well done by both of them. Looks like we've got Grant Olson and Owen Sire coming on.
Oh, I think we're going
A little bit of cloud cover. All right, so Liam Whitey will take this. Drives the ball, looking for Coulter. That's off the head of an Ohio player. There's Martine. Excuse me, that's Owen Sire. Foul called. Number 7 just continues to yap. And here is Whitey, the Harrisburg Tiger, over there. Ball delivered high and too high. A Club Ohio free kick. So, as noted earlier, this club, the number 1 team in the state of Ohio and the number 1 team in the region, according to GOT Soccer. Defending NCS national champions. Sub now coming on for Club Ohio. Pretty friendly parents. I chatted with one gentleman who I think might have passed on the live stream. Long through ball, and Sonicson's there for it. Flag is up. So I got to admit, I would appreciate if we, rather than put the goalie at risk there, if the flag's up, maybe we just halt the play. But I'm a little protective. Might be a tiny bit protective. Maybe a little bit overprotective. Sonicson will take this. Delivers towards Martine. Over Martine's head. Martine still in position. Ball falls to Coulter. Coulter finds Oakley McMillan on the far touch. And fortunately, we're dispossessed, but the speedy Grant Olson able to gather and find Sonicson. Finds Whitey. Whitey passed 2. Touch a little too strong, but does recover. Again, Liam's through 2 or 3. Looking for Martine. Krieger. Coulter. Off the foot of Krieger. Here's Martine. Coulter trying to find Rolfing. And Club Ohio will just, again, drop it all the way back to their keeper. It's massaging that 1-0 lead. Another long ball headed by Krieger. Here's Hilmo. Player way offside. but apparently made no play on the ball. That ball gathered by Sonicson. Shot fired. An easy grab for Hoplin. Plays a long ball to the far touch. Here's Opie McMillan. McMillan looking for Martine. That ball too strong. Finds the feet of a defender for Ohio. Deja vu. We drop back to Keegan, the keeper. And they move all the way over to the near side. Long ball over the top. And Grant Olson off to the races. He's going to allow that ball just to go out of play. This will be a goal kick. Yeah, we've got a little respite from the heat, a little bit of cloud cover, and a gentle breeze from the south. We're very thankful for it. Sonicson over this. Has Whitey to his right, Olson to his left. Olson after that big run, taking a couple deep breaths, and Sonicson looking for McMillan, has him. And McMillan tied up. And he's just going to allow. They're both hooked together, but Oakley's put to the ground. Here's Krieger. Olson. Filmo. Martine. Pulls back. Martine has Ben Jensen, but that ball is directed, unfortunately, to an oncoming Ohio player. The foray into the attacking third is stalled. Krieger gives chase. Ohio at midline. Ball threaded to number 12. Grant Olson there for it. Put out a play. Throw in. Now subs. Looks like Tate Stamp will come on for Martine Mahesha. That will be Martine's time in today's game once you sub off. In the half, you're not available for the remainder of that half. Stamp into an attacking mid position. Looks like a substitution has come on also for Club Ohio. There is a young man here holding the soccer ball, number 17. Big throw in, taken in the box, gathered by Sonicson. Long drive, looking for Rolfing, taken off of his chest. And Rolfing is sandwiched, no call. And let him play. Ball's deflected out of play by McMillan. Long throw in over the top. Pulled back, Krieger there for it. I think he's trying to clear that ball out, but it falls to the feet. An Ohio player headed off of Owen Sire's head. Here's Jensen. Overlapping Owen Sire. Ball defended out by 25. This is a white throw. Water break. Yeah. So we'll be back in about 20 minutes in. And first water break, first official water break of the day. And we'll go mute for a second.
It's all right.
Shortly. So again, thanks for watching the live stream. You're watching the Dakota Alliance 2009 boys black in the semifinal of the National Championship Series, Midwest Regional. And to our understanding, no Dakota Alliance boys side. Obviously, the storied tradition of the girls side is pretty well documented with the defending national champions in our midst. But it's my understanding that not since Dakota Gold has a boys squad advanced to this stage of a Midwest Regional. So pretty proud of our Bad News Bears taking down the number 3 team in the state of Illinois, beating the number 3 team out of the state of Nebraska, and then drawing with the number 1 team in Kansas. Up against her right now, down 1, halfway through the second half. Down 1 to Club Ohio, the number 1 team in Ohio, the number 1 team in the region, and the number 70 ranked team nationally. And certainly you've seen a lot of their quality. Yeah. According to Got Soccer or something like that, whatever the website is. All right. So I would assume we're going to have a couple minutes added on. Sire will be on this throw. Owen Sire has Tate Stamp, has Holden Hilmo coming forward. Liam Whitey playing a right back. And Liam Whitey will have the ball delivered to him. We'll find Grant. Grant to Holden. Here's Liam. Has Jensen. Finds Owen Sire. Sire finds Hilmo. Hilmo's dispossessed via foul. There's another warning given. And what we found with a lot of these power, these really high-ranked teams is they've so far kind of been in disbelief as to what the Bad News Bears have done to them. Yeah. So Whitey over this. Ball put low on frame, gathered by the keeper. And he's going to drop. Take as much time as he can. As it sits. With this score, that puts Ohio into tomorrow's final. Ball headed out. So it's going to completely roll over the far touchline. Sonic's there to clear if needed, but it was not necessary. Krieger looking for Stamp. Stamp attempting to get through. Here comes Jensen. The ball flicked. Sonic's in there for it. So I think the reason why that he's allowed to play that ball is his bottom is not on the ground. He's kind of in like a push-up position. All right. Ohio parents have a cheer and everything. Start singing South Dakota, My Dakota. And there's a foul given. What's that? They're just saying, let's go Ohio or something like that. We're just being festive. It's okay. Right? Be a free kick. Taken by Grant Olson. And they're going to wait. They're subbing. So Hewitt will come on. Andreas will come on. Ben Jensen off. And Oakley McMillan off. So Ben for Ben. And Hewitt will play in a right forward or a right wing position. Here's Olsen. He's going to try to switch fields towards Hilmo. Ball falls to Coulter. Coulter has Whitey. Nice bit of ball movement. Here's Owen Sire. Ball over the top, looking for Stamp. Ball delivered to Club Ohio defender. And they're going to roll it all the way back to the keeper. Ball put out towards Andreas. Charlie Krieger defending.
Go, Ben. Come on, Ben. Let's go.
Ball delivered forward. Olsen there in coverage. Cross coming. Taken by Whitey. Put forward by Olsen. Has Stamp. There's Hewitt. Hewitt to Stamp. Rolfing's ball. Too strong, but now recovered by Coulter. Lays off to Krieger. Krieger pulls back. That's Sonicson. Sonicson delivers long, looking for Andreas. It's over the top of the defender. That's going to roll out of play. This would be a green throw.
Let's go wide!
Long throw down the far touch is headed centrally. Here's Holden Hilmo. Andreas lays off to Krieger. Ball's defended out of play. This should be a white throw. Long throw in, looking for Rolfing. Nice step by Holden. Here's Andreas. Ball comes forward centrally. Just excellent spacing by Ohio. Coulter just about there. Holden Hilmo continues to pressure. Charlie steps. Far touch. Andreas there for it. And foul given. And Andreas warned. Andreas has been a fantastic spark plug during this regional run. Hewitt compresses. And now attains possession thanks to Owen Sire. Plays this ball down the near touch looking for Miles Rolfing. And this would be a foul. Sire completely taken out. I don't think we have that in frame. Sire's going to have to take a second. You got time. Here's Whitey. Whitey puts it to the 18. Hewitt there. Off the head of a defender. Just going to boot this ball all the way over the far touch. About 10 minutes remaining. Olsen with the throw. Rolfing. Last touch by Rolfing. Green throw. Subs forthcoming. One coming out. Ohio. Number 7. Subbed off.
I think we're going to be in the shade from the rest of the time.
Right. Hewitt defends. Don't put down line.
You gotta let the defense figure it out.
Liam Whitey there. Steps. Gets one toe on the ball. Possession maintained by Ohio. And Hewitt is just going to sweep it out of play. Another throw in deep in our defensive third. Call it our defensive 6th.
Let's go, White. Everything you got now. Let's go.
Looking for a little spark. Big ball thrown in, headed forward by Whitey. Coulter pushed off the ball. And dropped to midfield. Defense needs to push. Ball delivered. Headed by Sire to Sonicson. Sonicson looking for Hewitt. Can he keep this ball in play? He can. Not. It's like a little gust just kind of pulled that shallow. Chicago certainly apt to waste certainly apt to waste time, which is certainly their right. Walking to every ball out of play. Here's Whitey. Nice play by Whitey. A little bit of good sportsmanship there. Long throw in. It's over Whitey's head. Falls to Krieger, and Krieger just annihilates this ball out of play. Throw in. With 8 minutes remaining. Dakota Lions boys have had their opportunities, just have not been able to put one in the back of the net. And really high quality team. Long throw over. And that is going to be a corner. There's 2 defenders there for it. Last touched by a white jersey. We've got a set piece for Ohio. And they are going to jog to the corner.
Let's go, DASC!
Delivered high and long. Headed initially by Andreas. Headed forward. Flicked by Holden. Here's Andreas. Andreas looking for Miles Rolfing. Miles Rolfing at midline. Here's the counter, folks. Miles Rolfing is wrapped up. Regains possession. Drops to Holden. And foul given. My assumption is that Whitey will be over this. He is. We want Andreas up around the 18. Here's Whitey. Wow. That's a long way back. Okay. Here's Whitey. Ball delivered towards the box. Rolfing there for it. Falls to Coulter. Yeah, and that's a foul. And he kicked Coulter right in the stomach. Yeah, so as what you saw there is that the defender for Ohio wrapped his leg into Carson's gut. And Jill Johnson even has a fantastic picture of it. So if there's any argument, we can certainly go back to the video and to the still frames. Coulter over this, just about 5 yards beyond the penalty circle, the apex of that circle. I assume this is probably about maybe 30 yards out. Coulter over it. Ball delivered low. Popped up. Hewitt there for it. Big high kick in the box. Who's there for it? Rolfing is there, but it's gathered by the Ohio keeper. Looks like Rolfing and Andreas trying to occupy the same place and space in time.
Hey, keep it up, White.
Unfortunately, gathered by the keeper. About 5 minutes remain, plus stoppage time for the water break. Actually, I don't think the water break counts against for stoppage.
Stay hungry, White.
Ball down the far touch. Coulter pressuring. And that ball centered. Here's Stamp. Stamp in possession. Has Krieger. Krieger looking for Stamp. The ball finds the feet of an Ohio player, and they're back at it. Krieger defends that ball out of play. Slide tackle. That's crafty. I thought it was Charlie that put that out of play, but must have ricocheted. Yeah. So subs now coming on. A right attacker. Grant Olson in the throw. Ball thrown into Sonicson. Sonicson delivers towards Sire. Sire there for it. That looked like a bang-bang play. As Sire and the other player both converge on the ball. And Sire's going to have to come off. So we'll do an impromptu water break. I hope that Owen's all right. He is writhing in pain. The foul is going to be called against Owen, and it appears that a yellow card is going to be delivered. We'll have to look back on it later. Looks like both boys are converging on the ball at the same time. If that was the case, I don't know why it would be more on one than the other, unless the Ohio player must have gotten to the ball first. Certainly time will be added. So special thanks to our bronze level sponsors, RSA Architects and Holmes Murphy. Again, bronze is the lowest level of sponsorship available. We do have bronze, silver, double silver, gold, platinum, double platinum, and then double platinum diamond sponsorships available. Thank you, RSA and Holmes Murphy, for your generous support. In all reality, thank you to Justin Olson and for his years of technical support on these broadcasts. All right, so time will be added, and Chicago, excuse me, it's not Chicago, this is Ohio. Nice step, Hewitt. Just can't pop up quite quickly enough. And off to by Green, it is not. It's by White. And they're just. They can't go to corner for 5 minutes though. The ball he does not keep the ball in play. Minutes. The ball centered to the 18. Shot forthcoming. Defended by Krieger. And now put forward by Olson. Here's Carson Coulter. Coulter with a 6 additional. And ball. That's a misfire, I think, by Whitey. I wanted to elevate that ball. Here is Stamp. One on Stamp. Stamp finds Andreas. Andreas is dispossessed. And again, Club Ohio drops to their defensive third. Big long ball on the far touch. Krieger there for it. And it's going to be a foul again. Krieger putting himself in the way of the opponent and the ball. The opponent just throws him down. Another sub coming for Club Ohio. 2 subs, I think. Olsen over this. Midline, looking for Stamp. Ohio is first 2. There's Hilmo. I'll put forward, and that'll be easily gathered by Opland. I have to imagine a full field switch here. Sonicson looking for 2. I'll put out a play off the tiptoes of Charlie Krieger. And Krieger will attain that ball as Ohio, with a 1-0 lead, is not going to spend any extra energy retrieving it, which would be what we would do as well. Long throw into the far touch. Little back flick. And that... Is that an offside? What was that? A handball. Kicked it into his own hand. Sonicson over this. Sonicson switches sides. Switches fields to Liam Whitey. One man coming. Whitey looking for Hewitt. Has Hewitt on the near touch. Fires down. Here's Rolfing. Quick defender. Taps that out of play. Hewitt. Just about 3 minutes remaining. Looking for the equalizer with a throw on the near touch. Finds Coulter. Coulter kind of nutmegs himself. And they're just going to boot that down. Sonicson here for it. Sonicson with a long driven ball towards the 18. Encourages his teammates, like, let's get going. Here's Hilmo. Whitey. Looking for Hewitt. Here comes centrally. Sire gives chase. Ohio will drop. Owen gives chase. And the keeper just absolutely blisters this ball over the far touch. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Long ball just booted all the way down line, and they are going to try to use up every second they can. And the speedy Grant Olsen will attain this with about 1.5 minutes remaining. If you go to 6, yeah. And Olsen finds Sonicson. Sonicson finds Liam Whitey. Here's Holden. Looking for Whitey on the near touch. Every ounce of Whitey's speed. And he's going to cross it in. Has Stamp. That ball's defended. Unfortunately. Yeah. Stop it. All right. Sonicson over this. Time running out. Mails one to the 18. Taken up in the air. Coming for it is Holden Hilmo, who is, his legs are just gassed. Cannot attain possession. That was a big throw in, looking for Rolfing. Over the top of everyone. High ball forwarded by Holden. Here's Carson Coulter. We need a shot to get fired. Well, that's a cheeky little move by Holden. Here's Rolfing. Hewitt. Ball defended out of play. Throw in. Ball thrown in. Taken out of the air by Coulter. Here's Hewitt. Hewitt fires forward. Again, the ball just booted into a neighboring field. And I do think that this ref is aware of what's taking place. when we're kicking the ball. So
Yep, get in there.
ball dropped to Holden. Fires essentially. Owen Sire there for it. Rolfing there for it. And that's the back of the net. And that's a Dakota Alliance in the last minute of stoppage time. Another stunner by the Bad News Bears. Just pure tenacity. Just utter tenacity. Put the ball into the mixer, and good things come off the throw-in. And I'm just going to take a shot at Opland. All right. And here's Olsen. That's full time. Your Dakota Alliance Boys Black continue to stun and astonish the top teams in the nation. My understanding is that we will go to extra time with golden goal and then PKs. I'll try to gather more information about that. Just sheer tenacity. Well done, boys. Again, so I want to get this information before I put it out. So I don't know. We'll have to ask. I think Rolfing knows. We'll be back shortly. We'll try to figure out what these rules might be, folks. All right, folks. So we'll be back shortly. It's my understanding that we do 2 10-minute periods of full extra time on the live stream or break. Okay, folks, we are trying to research rules. It's our belief that we go to 2 10-minute additional periods, full golden goal. Following those 2 10 minutes, if we are still in a draw, I would imagine we'd probably go to penalties. Substitution rules. Someone believes that they are completely reset. So we now have the full set of subs available for these 2 periods, which that would make sense. Michigan Revolution just scored, and is that if that's Michigan Revolution, that's who we played in our opening game last year at NCS. Yeah, and they're playing the 56ers, who we played in our final game here. Rumor has it that Michigan Revolution are in overtime as well. Well, folks, if you got friends and family that haven't been watching, please encourage them to hop on. These boys have just continued to astonish us, and I don't want to overuse the underdog card, but these boys are holding their own with giants among U.S. youth soccer. Looks like white will move left to right, and green will move right to left. There is weather moving in. It sounds like the golf course actually just sounded to pull all of their golfers off the course. So we shall see what all we get here. Sonicson, Whitey, Olson, Carson Johnson, Eli Bloom, Holden Hilmo, Ben Jensen here, number 18, Christian Coronado, Martin Mahesha, Miles Rolfing, and Opie McMillan. That's your 11 for this. It's 2 15-minute periods. Okay, well, I'm getting it's 10s. Okay, so we were told it was 10s. I'm going to stick with that by a player. And here we go. They're going to drop to Sonicson, who will just smash one down the far touch, taken off of the head of an Ohio player. Oh, he puts it back with his head. Now is Rolfing compressing. And we're going to get all this team can give us. And Jensen. Ball at midfield. Long ball delivered forward. Olsen there to defend. Just the edge of the 18. Club Ohio. Eli Bloom pressures. Holden Hilmo chases. Here's Jensen. So Ohio working possession. Here's Olsen. Looking for a counter towards Rolfing. Intercepted by 25. 25 is going to go through 3 of us. Carson Johnson there for it. Wins the ball. A little bit stronger clears as we continue just to kind of give the ball right back to Ohio. This ball put over the top. And over the back of the goal, over Sonicson. All right, we got time. So a minute and a half in. And that ball, Sonicson zeroed in on, tries to knock it over, but it's over the end. And again, drop to Sonicson. Long ball booted forward. Oakley trying to get down there. Puts it out of play. So we're now in an attacking position. Far 2.5 minutes in. Oakley Millen with the team trying to recover. Gets in the position. Last touch by Green. Bloom. Down the line. Oakley McMillan coming for it. Drop all the way back to their right defender. Oakley will pressure the keeper, who again will just smash this ball into the neighboring field. Here's Bloom. McMillan. I believe the past McMillan goes over the far touch. Forward, taken out of the air by Bloom. Bloom has Martin. Martin in possession. Has a because the ref was right looking at it. Pass is given up. Bloom. Martin looking for Rolfing. Finds Rolfing. Rolfing past one. Pass two. Tries to come centrally. Delivered to Martin Maisha. We've got to get a ball off our feet. And Martin has Jensen. Jensen drops to Carson Johnson. Flicks forward towards the 18. Here's Rolfing. And again, Ohio. With these little forays of positive play. And then spacing by this club is just so good. They always find themselves in the right position when the ball will drop. The ball's out of play. Flag is up. Johnson will be over.
Go for a run. Go for a run.
Looking for Jensen. Ball does not enter. Well, it does, and then comes back out. It's an unfortunate, unforced error on our own throw-in. And now Ohio in possession. A little bit of rain starting to fall. Delivered forward. Whitey there for it. Hilmo there. I'll put forward. Sonic's in there for it. Okay, green throw. Ball flicked forward. Headed out by Bloom. And Carson Johnson puts this ball out of play. Ohio will drop and switch fields. At the edge of the middle third. Nice step by Martin. Ohio recovers. Jensen continues to pressure. Nice step out of Johnson, however. There's Grant Olson.
Yes.
It's a foul? Okay, so it's a foul. I thought it was a throw-in. That's a foul on Olsen. As the rain starts to fall. Right. So not, this ball delivered high. Sonics in tracking. Cleared by McMillan. We got to be pushing up at this point. Ball on the field of play. And ball's dropped. As a ball from the neighboring field came in. Shot fired in, gathered by Opland. Opland's going to try to switch this field up with one kick, and it's going to be too wide. I think he's trying to play fast to Rolfing. Ball just comes off of his, just off the outside part of his foot. Slices out of play over midfield. Long throw in. Fended out by Olsen. Ball over Olsen's head. It's kind of a unique throw in, like a, yeah. See if the ball goes all the way behind his head. Kind of does. This ball wide would be a goal kick. About a half minute to play. Opland tries to put this to midfield again to Martin. Martins finds Bloom. Bloom has Oakley on the far touch. Oakley is dispossessed. And now Ohio in possession in midfield. Rolfing pressures. Great bit of ball movement. Here's Whitey. Ball delivered, taken by Johnson. Jensen is dispossessed. Oh, what a flop! What a flop! I'm sorry. Wow, that was a pretty bad flop, actually. I hope he's okay. So I do think what you're hearing is, and we've seen it pretty consistently this weekend. These teams are not used to being in bad positions. They're even up 2-1, and the bad news bears just continue to frustrate them. Coulter on. It appears that we're in some type of stoppage time. Foul was called. Certainly, that was appropriate. Ball curled in, gathered by Opland. Big punt over midfield. It was booted right on back to their striker, and that gets through everyone. It's going to fall to Opland. Sonicson will drop. Sonicson looks for Jensen on the near touch. Ball keeps the ball in play. The ball just continues to fall to an Ohio player. This ball delivered down line. Again, the clear not forthcoming. Ben's got to just be mindful. He makes no play on the ball there. Shoulder to shoulder. And understandably fatigued and probably a little bit frustrated. So, subs. How many minutes are we in a stoppage here? If it's supposed to be 10, we're at the 12-minute mark. Maybe you were right. We're playing 15s. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So maybe 15, 2 15s. Well, that will make a lot more sense. Ball delivered high and wide. Coming over it is midfielder. It's directed wide right. A goal kick. There's Bloom. Olsen. We are tired. We are not being first to the ball any longer. Sonicson calls off Olsen. Another ball delivered over midfield, looking for Martin. Olsen steps. Has Jensen. Has Rolfing in the corner. Oh boy. And ball first. Our throw. Should really like this part of the field. We got a sub on for Ohio. And coming up for your Dakota Lions 09 boys. Really the first time of overtime that we've been this deep in an attacking position. Jensen finds Coulter. That ball put out, and this will be a throw on it.
Come on, boy, we gotta move!
Is Martin. And Martin the ball just and Owen Sire will sub. It's like Liam Whitey will sub off for Owen Sire. Ball taken out of the air by an Ohio midfielder. Coulter gives chase. Ball belted way beyond the far touch. We were over 15 minutes, which pretty well solidify that we are playing 2 15-minute extra periods. Sire. Looking for Martin. Martin controls with his chest. Tries to get through 2 or 3. Does. Attempting to switch fields. And the ball falls to the feet of Hillman. There's Carson Johnson. Johnson has Coulter. Martin. Well, headed forward by Ohio. That's going to be the first of 2. Break and be back. Your boys down 1-2. It was 15. So we're going to give some credit to Amber Bloom for knowing the actual rules. You want to be on camera for that? Are you sure? Come up here. You want to be on camera? There she is. In all of her glory. This just in. I'll be back shortly. Your boys down 1-2. I need to get an equalizer. All right. Sonic in net. Sire, Olsen, Blue, your back line. Jensen, Martin, Carson Coulter, Holden Hilmo, Carson Johnson, Opie McMillan, and Miles Rolfing. That rounds out. Hero Nines. Down 1 with 15 minutes to play to the defending national champions of USYS. Game on. Long ball put down, a near touch. And I'm just going to allow that to roll all the way over the goal line and put that to the foot of Oppen Sonicson. And they are already subbing. You got to wonder, are we going to see a sub at every stoppage? Yeah. Any goal kick, they can sub. So there's one. And ball played out to Sire. Here's Jensen. Jensen looking for Martin. That pass finds a feet. Midfielder. Ball put forward. Martin. Martin with the trip. And that's a yellow for Martin. So Martin slows the attack and wins himself a yellow. And Club Ohio gets himself a free kick. Just on their attacking side of the middle third. Hewitt and Andreas are up to sub. And Opie McMillan, that's his time. Ben Jensen, that's his time. Excellent play. Andreas will be in an attacking position, as will Hewitt on the right and left. Right now, they've got to defend a free kick. Ball put up. Sonic's in there for it. Punches out. Ball falls forward. Sonic's in there for it again. Yep. Yeah. So Sonic's in there, and the attacker runs into him. Doesn't even argue, as he knows that that's a foul. Here's Andreas. Andreas flicks towards Martin. Taken out of the air. I don't even think, have we even seen that player on the field this game, number 8? And, possession attained. It just came on in extra time. Here's Martin. Wants a foul. But it's a green throw. So we're going to get a yellow card for delaying. Yep. I think he's complaining about not getting a warning, but I think these players they've been warned over and over again. Wow. Just continuing to talk to the ref. And again, I do think these teams get really frustrated. I think they take us on and they think that it's going to be easy pickings, and then it gets frustrating. Certainly a quality player, frustrated with the yellow card for delaying. All right, so here's a goal kick. Sonicson finds Johnson. Johnson to Hilmo. Hilmo past one. Too strong a touch, but does recover. Finds Coulter. Coulter goes backwards. Lays off to Johnson, his fellow Washington Warrior. All deflected to the feet of Coulter. Again, now Coulter with some room finds Hilmo. Hilmo is dispossessed. And now Club Ohio on the attack. Owen steps to stop ball. And Bloom there for it. No call. Ball first. What do you mean he didn't touch the ball? He 100% touched the ball. That's why it ended up where it ended up. So a corner kick now forthcoming. I'm going to call that a risky move by Bloom, but an effective one. Now a corner that needs to be defended. About 5 minutes into this final 15 of extra time. Left foot is low. Needs to be cleared. Oh my goodness gracious. Stopped by Sonicson. Wow, right into the mitts of Oppen, and he's going to go quick. Long ball, wheels coming for Miles Rolfing, and they'll just play it right back to Keegan. Just a step too far, and that ball is well put out. It's going to be grabbed by Liam Whitey, who I believe will likely be subbing in. So Krieger is going to come on for Bloom. That'll be Bloom's time. That'll be saved. Save the cushion. Here's Stamp. That's Krieger. Krieger has Johnson. Johnson. Here's Hilmo. Coulter. Coulter's dispossessed. Johnson tries to fire forward. That's too far. And over the far touch, he's looking for Hewitt. Big throw in. Handled by Olsen. Olsen looking for Andreas. All right, so it looked like he maybe shielded that with his arm, but ref says no, play on. Quick forward. Here's Sire. Sire needs to be smart. Nice bit of work by Owen. Nice work by Owen. Yep, and that's going to be a foul on the attacker. A great bit of work out of Owen Sire. Sonicson's going to put all of his right leg into this. Looking for Tate. Finds Rolfing. Rolfing looking for Andreas. Unfortunately, that flick. That's fine. All right. We just put that ball all the way forward to Opland. Opland rolls out to Johnson. Johnson looking for Holden Hilmo. Takes the ball out of the air.
Get rid of it.
Has two on. Krieger. Johnson. This ball finds the feet of Tate, who then is dispossessed. Finds Andreas. Andreas, the ball on his feet, is through two. Touch too strong. Again, Ohio comes up with it. Young Daniel ball and the speedy Grant Olson will just shield this. The ball's still in play. Yeah, and that's a foul. What? Wow. So an unlucky call there as Grant. Grant called for a foul, or is it a corner? I guess we'll find in a second. As Grant's in his position, and it looks like Grant gets taken down. Grant called for the foul, so this would basically be a corner. Delivered high. Sonicson tracking. And that's put over the net by Sonicson. Wow. On the header, rebounds. Opland just able to flick his hand up and get it over the top of the post. About 9 minutes into this last 15. We need an equalizer. Ball curling in. Sonicson calls for it. Is up for it. We'll see how quickly. Looks like he wants to allow his team to get in a position. Big, long punt looking for Rolfing. Off of Rolfing's head. The ball falls to Hewitt. Hewitt has Andreas. And back on our heels. Here's Sire. Sire has Holden. Coulter. Tate. Holden. CJ. Coulter looking for Andreas. Has him. And the ever dangerous Andreas in possession. Here's Sire. That ball headed. Now Sire. Again, Sire sitting on a yellow, so has to be a little bit careful. Cannot overcommit. Nice step by Stamp. The rain starts falling again. 5 minutes to play. And Johnson slows the attacker. Continues to harass the attacker. Grant finds Krieger. Krieger belts this forward, looking for Rolfing. Handled out of the air by Ohio.
Come on, touch it,
And substitution now coming on for Club Ohio. Light rain falling, overcast, which has been phenomenal to give these boys a little bit of break from the heat. Temperature is expected to be in the triple digits. Here's Johnson. And we continue to deliver the ball to the feet of Club Ohio. Attempted through ball. The flag is down. I don't know why we're... Okay, so the flag eventually comes up.
Hey, let's go!
And Sonicson will be putting as much mustard into this as possible, would be my assumption.
Push him up, Grant, let's go!
Hand is up.
Get him up!
Long ball delivered towards Coulter. Again, first to it is Chicago. Wait, this isn't Chicago. Who are these people? This is Ohio. I'll drop to Sonicson. I think that even Sonicson's leg is probably starting to get fatigued. And a lot of the air by Andreas. And Ohio is just going to drop their keeper. They put this to midline. Hold in there for it. Krieger fires forward. Here's Rolfing. Johnson. Coulter there for it. Hewitt. And Hewitt gets beat down the far touch, but it actually goes out of play for a white throw. 2.5 minutes remain. Need to reach deep, as it was during stoppage time that we got the equalizer, and this ball is just booted to Sonicson until apparently the word is not out to this team that this keeper plays baseball. First two, that's a dangerous play. So he comes over the top of Rolfing, and that's going to be a free kick. Okay, so now they're calling that on Rolfing. Okay, so he changes his call. And call earned by Ohio. Here's Hewitt. Here's Coulter. Ball deflected off Hewitt. Throw line down the far touch, out of play by Carson. About 1 minute. I'll put in. Johnson has Krieger. Krieger to Sire. Has Andreas and space. Andreas pulls back. There's zigs and zags. Here's Tate Stamp. Stamp is dispossessed. Long ball down line. And they're going to go corner and lose possession. And we have about a half minute. This ball flicked forward by Andreas right to a big midfielder for Ohio. And they're going to try to just possess out. This ball flicked forward. And if Sonicson can keep this in play, he'll pull it back and have a big punt. Long drop kick delivered just over Coulter's head. Carson Johnson there for it. Ball falls to Holden Hilmo. Hilmo I thought he had Hewitt. He did not. No call. And ball put out of play by Grant Olson. And we need something special as we appear to now be in stoppage time. And they will defer to a different young man to throw this ball in on the far touch. Ball in. Ball out of play. This will be a goal kick. What? I'm wrong. Corner. And my assumption is that they're just going to try to play in the corner. And we'll have to compress and try to gain possession. Now, Ohio player will take it back to the corner. Krieger wins it. And that's going to be the game. We're not even going to have time for the goal kick. So, against the national champions, Your Dakota Gold, 2024, Your Dakota Alliance, 09 Black boys fall 1-2 in extra time. And congratulations to these boys doing something that has not been done in a long time. By my understanding, something that has not been done by the Dakota Alliance Soccer Club on the boys' side. Advancing to a regional semifinal, and this just spells good things for all the sides of Dakota Alliance, boys and girls. A well-played game by Club Ohio 09, and we're coming home, folks. Thanks for watching and supporting these boys throughout this past week and the seasons ahead and behind. That's it. RSA. Holmes Murphy. Goodbye.